Hi, it's Anna Poirier from YogaBodyNutrition.com, and you're most likely watching this video because you are a part of my community and you are maybe on my newsletter list. And today I'm coming to you pretty raw and real, I guess. I wasn't even planning on making a video today, and I've been working at home, mostly in my home office with some clients, taking care of a program I'm working on. And I have something that came up for me that I was really not very proud of today. And what I realized is that I needed to share it with you. And it's something that hasn't happened to me for a while to this degree. And I'm sharing it with you because I want to share a little bit of what my process has been. I'm kind of still in it to a certain extent. So you're really going to get a view into this rather than seeing me on the other side and seeing me over it. You'll see me kind of in it. You're seeing me in it. So what ended up happening for me today was I was experiencing some anxiety. And the truth is that we all experience all the emotions, right? We might experience anxiety or depression, a little bit of sadness, and we kind of ebb and flow. We experience joy, we experience elation. That we move through these emotions. And sometimes they get to be really strong, right? Very powerful. A lot of you may know my story where I did suffer from very severe depression, was actually suicidal at one point in my life. I had a lot of anxiety too, and pretty much that's behind me at this point. But today I was feeling I was feeling quite anxious. And so anxious that I was having trouble focusing on the work that I knew that I had to do, and feeling really ungrounded in that capacity. And then I also was getting this feeling of just clenching in my stomach and feeling kind of uncomfortable there. And being in the position that I am in at this place in my life, the business that I'm in, this is really something that I help a lot of my clients with, and something that I integrate into the work that I do. And here I was being faced with it, right? After years and years and years. And I kind of asked myself, well, I do this a lot. It was around time I was ready to have some lunch. What do I want to eat, right? And I was trying to come from a standpoint of balancing myself. I'm feeling anxious. That means, there's some grounding and some rooting that needs to happen. So I kind of thought, root vegetables and all of that. But there's this clenching. There was this tightness that I was experiencing, which is very much, when I'm looking at the holistic model of yin and yang, that's a yang, yang is kind of a little more contracted. Yin is more expansive. Any of you that have done any of my programs are familiar with this. Anyway, so a lot of what it used to look like for me was sugar, because sugar is very expansive. Sugar is very yin. And those of you who have sugar cravings, this might be giving you a little clue into what happens for you. So I was looking at this, but how can I support myself in a healthier way than sugar? And I actually kind of asked my body and checked in, and it seemed like I was wanting some potatoes, some of those little red potatoes, and make myself a salad with some of those potatoes and put some coconut oil on there, or actually put some ghee on there for fat. And that can be kind of grounding and rooting for me. I already know that. But, I had my lunch, and I was still kind of wound up. And I just went over and started eating these chips that I have. These, they're not fried chips, so I feel good about them when I do eat them. But I, ended up eating them, realizing that I was completely emotionally eating. And, you know, whatever, not a big deal, really. But I'm sharing this with you because I know that it might happen for you. And I'm sharing it with you, to show you that, yeah, it happened for me, right? It happened for me. And also just to share that, that even when you make some progress, sometimes there is this falling back. And the key point is, and I know for me now, is that, like, who can I reach out to? And how can I support myself? And I acknowledge that I was emotionally eating. Do I even know what the anxiety is about? To be honest, I don't. I don't know what it's related to. I'm putting it onto certain things in my life, which we can always do. We can always create that, but I don't know what it is. You know, at its root, it's energetic. You know, that's what anxiety is. It's energetic. We make it up. So, so what I am doing, I put down the chips eventually, and I remembered about flower essences. You know, I have all kinds of tools that I use, essential oils, yoga, breath work, but I really felt like I needed to do something that was gentle, and yet very potent, which are flower essences to me. I don't know if you've ever tried flower essences, and I'm sharing again with you so that you can maybe have another resource. So what I'm doing, what I'm just kind of offering, is I'm attaching some information to this video, whether you're watching the video or you are reading this in my newsletter, that these are some very potent and very safe therapies that you can take. They're liquid. You kind of stick them under your tongue, or you can put them in your water, and they're vibrational medicine. And I find them to be really healing. And there's some different brands. There's a particular brand I like and I use, and I will share that with you. But there's other brands too, and if you're familiar with them, you can use them. So yeah, not proud of it, but I'm also not perfect, and none of us are, and it's important not to strive for that, because that really can be destructive in the end. I used to be there. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear, you know, what's going on for you in this realm. Where are you? Are you suffering? I don't know if I would like to use that word. But are you experiencing any emotional eating, any anxiety? You know, what's happening for you? Let's gather together and share our stories rather than keeping them down and making them wrong. That's my intention with this video. So thank you for watching. And again, my name is Anna Poirier. I also hope to take my shoes off and go outside and get grounded. Just the last little tidbit. All right, much love. Thank you. Anna from yogabodynutrition.com. I'll see you soon.